po sa ating lahat. I am from Pangasinan. So, masanto siya nga ng magsikat tayo namin. So, my lesson exemplar is a focus on the resiliency of Filipinos. That's a part of our culture. May we have the slides now, sir? In this pictures given, we have the words, the Philippines first, so the Nene Typhoon, resilience is in our genes, Bangon Pilipinas, the Philippines is waterproof because we all know we are being visited by typhoons most of the time. So next slide, please. Resilience of Filipinos. We are being compared to a bamboo. We're resilient to strong winds. Next slide, please. So I have this title, Filipinos in the Midst of Catastrophe. I am referring to Typhoon Yolanda that was experienced in the Philippines. Next slide, please. Filipinos in the midst of catastrophe. Next, please. So I'll prepare an abstract for me to prepare the lesson plan. Next. Resilience in our genes. So we're all visited by typhoons, as I mentioned earlier. Next slide. So during calamities, we help each other. Even strangers are helping each other during calamities. After experiencing these calamities, we tend to rebuild our houses, help the needy people, offer them food, and we're known to be smiling people, not because we're insensitive, but because it's a sign of hope and optimism. We also have strong faith in God. That's part of our culture. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, the resilience of Filipinos is part of our culture. Next, please. I've based my lesson on the 21st century skills known as the 4Cs. Number one is critical thinking because the students are going to think deeply. They're going to think beyond of what they're going to do. Next is creative thinking because they're going to create something out of nothing. We also have communicating. They need to communicate. They need to talk to each other. And the last one is collaborating because we have teamwork. They need to have that teamwork for them to succeed in their activities. Next, please. For the introduction, so resiliency is a part of our cultural identity. Next, it includes hospitality, custom habitation, and this resiliency is a pattern of thought and behavior of Filipinos. Next, please. It is also in line with the mission and core values, and that is to promote and protect the right of every Filipino to quality, equitable, culture-based, and complete basic education with the core values, maka-Diyos, mahakalikasan, makatao, at makabansa. Next, please. Next. So I am teaching grade 10 English, and our lessons are based on world literature with the themes. Number one, we have overcoming personal challenges. Second, we have building up defenses. Third, reconciling with nature. And fourth, establishing solidarity. So these are the themes of the world literature topics in grade 10 English. So aside from that, I've used assessment rubric for differential instruction because I asked my students to do different tasks. But aside from that, I've given my feedback, constructive criticism, aside from the criticisms or feedback given by one representative in every group. Next, please. It is also part of the creative curriculum that includes localization, contextualization, and differentiated instruction. Since I asked my students to share their own experiences, their real-life experiences during typhoons that happen in their own areas. We also have the program standard that states that the learner demonstrates communicative competence through his understanding of literature and other textiles for a deeper appreciation of Philippine culture and those of other countries. Next, please. I also use Google Forms for the social linguistic profile of my students. I uploaded this online for me to know their abilities, their likes and dislikes, and of course their background. So that's an example of the Google form for social linguistic profiling. Next. So method, the setting is of course Pangasinan National High School in Lingayen, Pangasinan. My students from grade 10 STEM A, I've used projector, laptop, a speaker, and cartolina and manila paper for the students' activities. That is my classroom. It's not an English classroom because we have the teachers move practice in our schools. It's a science room. Next, please. I have 10 male